They told the world NASA finally released the true image of 3I Atlas, the third visitor from beyond our star. But the moment I saw it, something in my stomach tightened. Not because it looked strange, but because it didn't. It looked too calm, too controlled, too perfect. And when you've already seen the raw frames captured by people with nothing but backyard telescopes and trembling hands, you know exactly what perfection usually means. It means something has been removed. Because tonight's story isn't about science, it's about silence, and who gets the power to decide what the sky is allowed to look like. Today, we dive into, before NASA said a word, amateur astronomers were already watching 3I Atlas drift across the darkness, and their images, grainy, jittery, imperfect, told a story that did not match the clean, polished portrait we were handed later. In those early captures, the coma didn't just glow, it wandered. One night it leaned left. The next night it smeared right. Its brightness pulsed in uneven bursts, like something inside it was struggling to settle. Jets twisted unpredictably. The object didn't look stable. It looked alive. And the people watching it in real time felt it immediately. 3I Atlas behaved like something that didn't want to be simplified. Then NASA released their version. Smooth, centered, balanced, almost peaceful. The wandering coma, gone. The pulsing brightness, flattened. The twisting jets, straightened into something presentable. It was the same object, but the personality had been removed. And before we go any deeper, do one thing the agencies counting on your silence will absolutely hate. Tap like so this truth spreads further, and hit subscribe so you never miss a leak they'll try to bury. You're watching Shadows of Area 51, and the deeper we go, the harder it becomes for them to shut us up. NASA's reasoning? Standard processing, noise removal, frame alignment, color calibration, exposure correction, dead pixel repair, sharpening, compression. Every step harmless, every step reasonable, every step another opportunity to reshape the sky. Because processing doesn't just clean an image, it decides which version of reality the public is allowed to believe. Amateurs showed movement, inconsistency, personality, the disorder of something that refused to stay still. NASA showed order, clarity, stability, the version that fits neatly into a press release. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. When two images of the same interstellar object tell two different emotional stories, the real question isn't which one is accurate, it's which one was approved. Because the gap between the raw and the polished isn't a technical difference, it's a philosophical one. The raw images say, this is happening, this is moving, this doesn't fit the template. NASA's image says, relax, it's under control. There is no anomaly here. One version reveals uncertainty, the other eliminates it. And in that tiny space between what the sky sent us and what NASA delivered is every uncomfortable truth they hope you ignore. If the amateur captures had never leaked first, if the raw frames were never posted online, if NASA had been the only voice in the room, would we even know the object had personality? Would we know it shifted night to night? Would we know the brightness behaved like something trying and failing to stabilize? Or would we only know the calm version, the polished version, the approved version? That's the danger. Not conspiracy, not cover-up, but curation. Because if this is what slips through, a restless visitor tamed into a postcard, what happens when something arrives that cannot be smoothed, centered, corrected, or flattened into a safe explanation? What happens when the next visitor refuses to be sanitized at all? What happens when the sky sends us something they can't edit into obedience? And if that day is closer than they're willing to admit, you need to ask yourself one question. Which version will they let you see?